my memories of Cardiff from very early, when I used to come from the valleys, and one of my earliest memories was coming down to Cardiff. In those days it was a big deal coming to Cardiff, and I remember we used to park in Sophia Gardens. One of my big memories was walking towards Cardiff and seeing those statues of all those animals on just before you get to Cardiff Castle. I used to think they were awesome. And then going and spending the day walking around the museum and seeing all the stuffed animals is brilliant.
What are you doing in Cardiff today? Well, today I've come solely for one reason, which is to hear Jonathan Antoine, the nice young tenor, sing on one of the balconies here at St David's Hall at 1:30 for free.
So you're from Cardiff, you come to visit?
No, originally I'm from Bristol, so not that far away, but at the moment I live in Hampshire, so I've travelled from Hampshire this morning, all down the M4 to get here.
And have you enjoyed your experience in Cardiff today?
So far it's been very good, people seem very friendly, and it seems a nice clean shopping centre, better than what I'm used to.
My auntie was living in Cardiff, because I was living in a hostel in England, and I was having a bit of trouble down there, so my auntie said move up here with me. So I lived with my auntie for a little bit, and then I went into the hostel system then. But I was also on the street for like 3 months, because there was no room in any of the hostels, so I had to sleep on the street, and it's hard to sleep on the street sometimes.
I literally love Cardiff. It's my favourite city, even in the UK. I've been to London, pretty much everywhere. And it's great for shopping. I come busking down here. I love it. I love it.
Well, I think it's a great city, very big city for people to come to. There's lots of shops for people to go into. There's a lot of history and culture for people to see.
My great-grandfather came to live in Splot at the end of the 19th century, that's right. He was a sailor from Norway, so I'm a typical Cardiffian in that I have Jewish roots and Norwegian roots and Irish roots, and of course, but my mother was Welsh from Treorchy, so I'm a real mongrel. But about 1983, I had gone to college as an adult because I was active in the trade union movement and campaigning, and we were campaigning for the people in Chile who had been overthrown by Pinochet. And we went to London, and I was the president of the students' union up in Treforest, and the old mining school that became the university now. And on the way back, we stopped for a cup of tea, and there was another bus there. It was Cardiff Trades Council, and it had broken down. So we said to them, well, we're only half full, you can come with us. So it was about 3 to a seat. And we started singing. And people said the Chileans outside the US Embassy, they were absolutely terrific. They're singing, and why didn't we sing at all? So we started singing. We said, well, we ought to form a choir outside the market here. We didn't start singing outside in the street straight away, but several years later, We did, and so the miners' strike was one of the big ones. And we collected thousands of pounds here one day when Tyrone O'Sullivan and the MPs were here. And we were able to play an important part in talking to people. Well, not singing to people, is like talking to people. Things you don't hear about on the television.
Our favourite thing is singing on, well, we always sing on the streets, but love singing in Cardiff. And people just know us, you know, because we've been around for so long. And you were asking about reactions. Most of the time we're made very welcome. And we collect for, what we notice is we collect more when something's been on the television. But we collect for all kinds of things. But there are people who disagree with us and they'll let us know, either quietly or loudly, as the case may be.
Ddos I fyw yn Caerdydd yn 1998. A nes I symud I fyw i Ton Gwynais a wedyn I Drelau. So dwi'n byw yn Drelau wan ili, lle dwi'n byw. A dwi'n hoff iawn o Gaerdydd. I fi mae yna deimlad Ewropeaidd am Gaerdydd. A dwi'n hapus iawn o hynna. Mae yna teimlad agorad, mae'n teimlo'n saff. Dwi wedi bod yn byw yn Llundain a Lerpwl a llefydd fel a oedd braidd yn rough. Wedyn mae Caerdydd I fi, dwi'n hoff o'r ffaith bod yna gymunedau gwahanol yn Gaerdydd, bod yna bobl o bob man yn y byd yn Caerdydd, bod yna rhyw fath o buzz yn Caerdydd ar un funud, a dwi'n hoff iawn ond efo.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people, Cardiff means a huge amount to me. I actually arrived here as a student in the 70s and never went back to where I was from, which was originally from Manchester, and I think that's a common experience for a lot of people. I've raised my family here, I've got 3 children, and I've got loads of friends here. I've had all my adult life here, so it's hugely important to me, and I think it's a great place to live because I think a lot of people feel it's not too big, so you feel as if you know everybody, but it's got all the sort of advantages of being the capital city. And yeah, I'm also deputy leader of the council, so it means a huge amount to me in that sense, really, that I feel, you know, part of everything, really. But I think it's that sort of place that once it gets you, you don't want to go anywhere else. My daughter has spent time as a student in lots of other parts of Wales, but she always wants to come back to Cardiff, really, and I think a lot of people feel like that.
Dwi di ymddeol, felly dwi'n gwneud pethau o gwmpas Caerdydd. Dwi'n yn Cwr Cochion Caerdydd. Da chi'n gallu gweld beth yw'n daliadau fi o'r t-shirt. So dwi'n gwneud rhyw waith politicaidd efo amryw o mediadau pethau. Achos beth gennau, un o'r prif pethau dwi'n mynd hoff o ydy sectarianism o unrhyw fath. Felly dwi ddim yn plaid. So dwi jyst yn gweithredu ar y chwith gyda llawer o bobl. Dwi wedi bod ar y stryd yn bysgio, a dwi'n chwarae concertina. A pan mae sgennau'n lot o bres, dwi'n trio fel arfer casglu I fynd ffwr I rola efo rhyw trip neu rhywbeth. Dwi'n mynd allan I bysgio am cwbl o ddyddiau yn y dre. So, ambell dro, da chi'n gweld fi yn Caroline Street efo'r concertina yn chwarae tunes Cymraeg.
Oh boy, take me back. Home is where I want to be. Sing me a song of days gone by. Tell me the tale of the century. Oh boy, take me back. Remind me of her many charms. Once again I long to lie in Cardiff's loving arms. Oh, she was always beautiful in her own way. Through the dark times and the wild years, before they tamed old Tiger Bay, when the rhythm of the world ran out on your exotic drum. I loved you long before you were the beauty you began. When I was young, I used to go hunting creatures on the animal wall, watching women in their fur coats, going dancing at the city hall. But now here you are, all grown up, sophisticated and a little highbrow. Comes as no surprise to me, everybody wants you now.
Hats, cravats, tie, pins and dicky bow, your denim and your tweed and all in between. Come and see me. I think Cardiff means to us family and community. It's a small city, but it's full of wonderful people. And we found out when we opened our business, you know, everything was about word of mouth. And because it's so small, but everybody knows somebody, it's so interchangeable and relatable, you find that helps a lot with us, isn't it?
Yeah, as a small business, you benefit so much from living in a community where people know you and you know it yourself.
Yeah, you know them, they know you.
Yeah, it's a really good. So Cardiff to us is, as he says, is a sense of family, community, and somewhere where we hope to bring our children, and they will live and carry on like that. That's what we think of Cardiff.
And you mentioned you live in Grangetown.
Yeah.
What do you think of Grangetown then?
Oh, strange town. Strange town, Grangetown. It's an odd place, isn't it? You find that it's multicultural, you know. I left the city, we've come back. It's nice when you can have a community made up from people from all over the world. You still have that sense of cohesion when you move. You walk up the high street, and it's a small high street on Clare Road, but it has every nationality is catered for in the same space. So Grangetown's definitely a special part of the country. I don't think you find that anywhere else.
Very international.
Yeah, you can go London, Manchester, Birmingham. You find that referred to as melting pots, and often Cardiff's left out. And I think it's because we've done it so well, where everybody gels and mixes together comfortably, you know, and that's why we're not in the press.
Yeah, definitely.
Cardiff is a wonderful place to stay. I've been brought up and bred, yeah. I'm a Punjabi Sikh, and around us we've got lovely people really around us who we get on lovely with. And I like to see that more in other places. And I think a lot of people haven't seen Wales, who like to see Wales, but I think it's a lovely place to stay, and there's lovely people around us, and we get on lovely with everybody.
What's it like, you know, being in the market in Cardiff?
The Cardiff market, nice, old school. As you know, a lot of things are modern with all the modern shops and many big companies, but still people like shopping the old traditional way to do lovely bartering and saving that extra penny, and this is old school, and it's a lovely place to be, and it's a lovely place to work.